Thanks for joining us. I'm Philip Coleman.
And I'm Lynn Brooks.
For the third time within 3 weeks, West Alabama is bracing for more stormy weather.
And the same system has already been blamed for several deaths and destroying many businesses and homes all across the South. For the latest now on what you can expect, here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott.
Hey, Lynn and Philip. Yeah, watching things very close for tomorrow. No severe weather out there to talk about today, but we're looking west and southwest from our Tuscaloosa Tower camera. Some dark clouds, cumulus clouds building up, but no storms, no rain up under these clouds as well. Also, we're talking warm temperatures out there. The air mass getting increasingly unstable ahead of our next storm system. Now, things are quiet in Alabama and Mississippi right now, but just off towards the west over parts of Arkansas, the northwestern corner of Mississippi, Tennessee, and back towards Texas. Numerous tornado warnings happening. A big severe weather outbreak again today just out west. That is due in here by tomorrow, and this is what we're talking in terms of a time frame and the threat for West Alabama. We're talking the highest threat west of Birmingham, still a threat over in East Alabama, but slightly lower across the eastern part of the state. So between noon and 9 p.m. severe weather likely. We're talking tornadoes. Some of those could be on the large side, damaging winds, large hail. Now hailstones could be in excess of baseball size, really cold air aloft, and that'll help generate some large hailstones. Now in East Alabama we're talking slightly lower threat, but still a substantial threat between 3 p.m. and 10 p.m. Tornadoes possible, damaging winds and large hail. What about the rest of the forecast? A cool down is coming up, so join us for Home Team Weather for the full details.
Thanks, Richard. And for the National Weather Service in Birmingham, preparations for severe weather began several days in advance. Meteorologists in the forecast office began looking at the developing weather situations up to 5 days before the storms arrive. Meteorologist in charge Jim Stefkovich says tomorrow's storm system has the potential to become historic because of the possible strength of the storms. He says that's why it's important to take safety precautions.
So the bottom line is anytime a warning is issued, whether it's a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning, you want to get inside of a sturdy structure. You want to get out away from your vehicle, get into that sturdy structure, get to the lowest floor possible, putting many walls between you and the outside as possible.
And Stefkovich says sturdy buildings are important because winds of 75 to 90 miles per hour can flip over a mobile home or a vehicle.
News of more storms could not come at a worse time for people across West Alabama. People are still cleaning up and making repairs to their homes after all the other recent storms. Tuscaloosa has been pounded by powerful storms over the past few weeks. The strong winds uprooted trees and caused a lot of damage to hundreds of homes. Homeowners tell WVUA they are hoping for the best and preparing for the worst. In Arkansas, the governor has declared a state of emergency after violent storms roared across the state on Monday. 8 people were killed. Some died in cars swept away by floodwaters. You're looking at video from Garland County in central Arkansas. The storms knocked out electricity to about 67,000 people all across that state.
In your Home Team Crime Watch, an update now on a former West Alabama high school football coach charged with child molestation. Sulligent High School's former head football coach Dwight Bowling is expected to plead guilty on Wednesday. He was arrested last September on federal charges, including 4 counts of coercing a minor into having sex. He's accused of molesting teenage boys while he was a football coach in Mississippi. According to federal records, Bowling will plead guilty to the charges tomorrow in Mississippi. Court records state Bowling was allegedly having sex with underage boys as far back as the year 2004.
In your Home Team Election Watch, the race to become the next Republican presidential candidate is heating up. It seems like almost every week now someone else says they are considering a run to be the Republican candidate. Former Alabama Supreme Court Chief Justice Roy Moore and former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney have both announced they are forming exploratory committees. Even the Donald says he's considering a run. WVUA asked Alabama U.S. Representative Spencer Backus his thoughts on the current list of potential candidates.
There are a lot of them, and I think most of us are still trying to figure out if we, who we can support. I don't think, I don't think Donald Trump's the answer. I'll go ahead and say that. And but I think that somebody will emerge.
Here is a look at other potential GOP candidates. Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty has formed an exploratory committee. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich is expected to make an announcement in May. Former Senator Rick Santorum of Pennsylvania, also Minnesota Representative Michelle Bachmann, are putting together political machines for a possible presidential run. Texas Representative Ron Paul also on the list.
And one person who has been on the list, Mississippi Governor Haley Barbour, has announced this week he will not run for president. Now, in other news, Tuscaloosa's VA Medical Center unveiled its newly renovated Community Living Center today. The VA held a ribbon cutting for the grand opening of the center in Building 61. The renovations cost more than $9 million. Officials tell us the building was redone to be more home-like for the residents. Renovations included remodeling of the rooms, installed fireplaces, simulated wood flooring, and updated furniture.